Hello. When I think of Judith Underwood, a smile comes to my face. She was such a lady of light and love, and she was always filled with energy and ideas. When she walked into a room, warmth and grace walked in with her. It's the best way I can describe my experience. But I have to go back a few years, even before Dwyer Underwood was conceived, to reminisce about Judith. We first met shortly after moved to Charlotte. We were introduced by a dear friend of all of ours, Judy Billman. And Judy was the one that introduced me to both Judith and Nancy Dwyer, and a whole community of like-minded, what I call often rebellious and fun-loving seekers. They became my family. We celebrate our lives together in many ways, everything from potluck dinners to road races, to studying different programs and courses, and many, many other opportunities for self-exploration. One of the most significant ways I connected with Judith and even bonded with her was when we were working together studying, which today is the foundation for the transformational technology work we do at Dwyer Underwood. 5 of us, 3 being Judith, Nancy, and me, traveled to Atlanta for close to about 6 months, close to a half a year, to develop ourselves in leading these transformational programs. Now, given Judith's fearlessness and her ambition and her passion for having people's lives work out, she was the first among us to get candidated and lead this program. No mistake there. Several years later, after I moved to Atlanta, and Judith and Nancy had actually started Dwyer Underwood, Judith reached out to me and planted this seed for having me be part of the Dwyer Underwood team. I was honored by this and came to Charlotte and participated in a visioning program she led. That experience shed a lot of light on what it looked like to bring transformation into the world of business. I watched how Judith did that and actually experienced that for myself. When I finally did connect and come to work with Dwyer Underwood, it was in 2007. By then, Judith had retired. However, her relentless commitment to having work be fulfilling and organizations empowering people, it was ever present in the Dwyer Underwood people who, these dedicated men and women who were following in her footsteps. Her presence was just throughout everything they and we did together. One of the last times I was physically present with Judith was in a writing event with our entire staff. What I remember is she was very quiet that day, but she just beamed all day. She was so honored to hear from us and be with us. What I'm left with when I reminisce about her is the way she made me feel whenever I was in her presence. You know, I don't have a lot of memories of what she said to me, except maybe that now I'm saying them and I forgot that it came from her. But this presence that I'm left with about her, she knew me and she loved me for who I was. And anything I had to say was just perfect to her. It was like being engulfed in a beautiful warm summer afternoon when all was well with the world and anything was possible. That's what it was like being with her. Judith, thank you for showing up in my life. Thank you for everything.